So today, I want to do a 70 mile per hour test of the Tesla Model S. That's the speed we usually go at. That's the speed most people are likely to use on a motorway, and that is the speed I'm going to be using today. I want to find out exactly how far this car can go doing 70 miles per hour constantly. So to get started with this 70 mile per hour test, what I'm going to do is a return trip of around 180 miles down the M1 and back. Yes, that's how boring my life is. And this, if you like the efforts that I go to, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. So I'm gonna go down 90 miles one way, 90 miles back, and see what we end up with at that point. And then I'm gonna decide whether to carry on going for another length of the journey or just extrapolate the figures and find out what this range is at. The car is very, very accurate, in my opinion, of predicting how much range it actually has left. That's never been a problem, so that's something I might consider doing. I'm not too sure yet. Let's get this on the way. So I've just finished charging. We've got just under 100%. We're at 99%. We've got 354 miles of stated range. We are going to do 90 miles. It's very hot today, so I'm going to be using the air conditioning. I'm going to be using the music. I don't want it to be a rubbish journey, so I'm going to use the car as normal. I'm going to use navigate on autopilot. Let's find out how much range the Tesla Model S has when you're traveling at 70 miles per hour. Let's do this. I am driving in range mode. Just to state, fantastically, I've decided to do this at rush hour traffic. Anyway, I'm going to try and hit the motorway. I'll update you when I'm on the motorway. So we're up to 70 now, and we are just about to hit the M1. And yeah, this is where autopilot really is amazing, because you can just sort of sit back, relax, and listen to some music. So that is what I'm about to do. Look at that view. You can't see it, can you? Beautiful British countryside, just imagine it. We're just pulling onto the M1 now, which I think for the US viewers means Motorway 1 in the UK. It's a big motorway that will take you from quite far up north all the way down south to London. I don't know if it's the biggest motorway. It's a big motorway though. We're on autopilot, set to 70 miles per hour. Let's find out what this thing can do. We've got 336 miles of range at this point. Still averaging 70 miles per hour. One thing I didn't anticipate for this was just how difficult it would be to average 70 miles per hour. I'm managing to do a really good job at the moment, but we did come up to some traffic that I had to navigate to the outside lanes and stuff, and it made me think, what happens if there's a traffic jam? Didn't think of that, but luckily we've got clear roads at the moment. I'm still doing 70. We've got 314 miles left on the stated range, which is putting us around 40 miles down already, which ain't great. And it's actually not far off what we've done. We're down about 40, we've traveled about 32. Not bad, okay. I'll show you the stats now. So go on to energy, and over the last 5 miles, we have a projected range of 291. It would put us around the 330 mile mark if we was to average this. So I've done over 30 miles, and this has given us a predicted range of 329. 30 miles, which is about what we've done, this is the motorway driving we've done so far, would give us around 266 miles left, which is around 300 mile mark. The 5 mile is giving us 270 now. So yeah, will be interesting. The stated range of the car when we started was 350, give or take a mile, which is what the car says it can do with a full battery. So if we're hitting around just over the 300 mile mark, I'll be very impressed at 70 miles per hour. We shall see. So at the moment, we have a projected of 477. We've just literally come to a bit of a slowdown just there. The last 30 miles, we have a predicted range of 300 more miles, which is over the 270. That would be amazing if that was the case. I don't think it will be, but there you go. You can see the power consumption. Average watt hour per mile at 70 miles per hour has been 245 watt hours per mile on average for the 70 miles that we've traveled at 70 miles per hour over the last 30 miles, sorry. Sorry guys, I have lost my mic. Not literally lost it, just the battery has died. So I've done the first leg of the journey. We are 90 miles in. We have 253 miles left, which means we've lost 100 miles of range. That's kind of impressive to me. So we have driven just under 91 miles. We've used 25.8 kilowatt hours with an average watt hour per mile of 284. Really cool. That is really, really amazing. As it stands, I'm kind of impressed. So on the stated range, we're probably 10% lower. So if we was to extrapolate that at this point, we're looking at getting around 305 miles of range at 70 miles per hour motorway driving. That's kind of good to me. I don't know if it's because it's a nice warm day, if it's not windy. I don't know. That's really good. I'm just going to get to what I came down here for, and then I will do the second leg of the journey, the next 90 miles, or 91 miles. Let's navigate home, see what it gives us. 252 miles left on the clock, 89 miles back. Should go back with 11%, it says, range. I've got a couple miles to drive before I hit 70 mile per hour roads. It might affect it a little bit. $252 miles of range left. We have traveled just over 90, well, around 91 miles now. That means we have got 90 miles for the price of 100 miles. Going at 70 miles per hour. Not bad, not bad. So let's get back onto the motorway and resume this 70 mile per hour test. So we're back on an A road. We are now doing 70 miles per hour. We're heading for the motorway. And yeah, the rest of the journey should be at 70 miles per hour, which is fantastic. There's only a mile to get to this part. All going well. Projected range, 258 miles. Projected range. Range on the clock, 244 miles. So it's saying we'll get more. We shall see. We're now doing 70 miles per hour again. We've got around 87, 88 miles left to go. That's it now. We'll see what we end up with when we get back onto the other side of this motorway. So we have now traveled 70 miles on the way back. So in total, we've done 160 miles and we have 170 miles of stated range left. If we add them together, that will give us 230 miles. Am I right? Am I wrong? So we start with 250. That would give us 230. So we've lost 20 miles traveling at 70. So I'm just gonna go into power and consumption. So as you can see, for the last 30 miles, it says we've done an average watt hour of 264 watt hours per mile. We've got 175 miles, 176 miles of projected range. The average speed is probably just under 70, because I've had to slow down a couple of times, but I'm doing it very purposely of keeping it at 70 miles per hour. Yeah, this is a good test. I'm gonna extrapolate the figures because, first of all, it sounds scientific. No, but two, it's getting a little bit later than I'd hoped. It looks bright outside, but it's not. It's getting dark now. But I think we've got enough data here. Okay, so 180.3. 51.5 kilowatt hours of energy used, 286 watt hours a mile is what we got at 70 miles per hour. Maybe a little bit less than 70 miles per hour just because joining the roads and stuff. 180 miles, we've got 150 miles of stated range left on the car. That means we have already lost 20 miles in total. That would give us 230 miles stated range if we add them two numbers together. So we've already lost 20 miles of stated range. I would suspect you'd lose another 15 more miles if we was to kind of average it out a little bit. So add that together. So that would be 180 miles plus 135 miles. That is, my brain is like, what are you doing? That is 315 miles. I think if we was to extrapolate the figures, I think we're probably looking at 315 miles. So between, and I would run the car probably at 70 miles per hour. I'd probably run the car and feel safe to around 300 miles. So if there was a charging supercharger to a supercharger on a motorway and it was 300 miles away, I'd probably run that. That wouldn't be 50 miles of range left, and I could always lower the speed down a little bit if I needed to, but or if you had a home charger at the end of that. 300 miles. So how far can the long range Tesla Model S travel at 70 miles per hour? It can get just over 300 miles, which I find extremely impressive. These are my numbers. It was a warm day. It wasn't very windy. It was quite hilly in a sense. And we did have to join onto the motorway and get off. So that would probably bring the average speed down a little bit, but make of that what you will. So there you go. I'm very impressed with the long range Tesla Model S. The WLTP in the UK is 379. Is it the NEDC in the US is 400 miles. Tesla's stated range on the battery is 353-ish miles. And real world miles at 70 miles per hour on a motorway with the conditions I had today was just over 300 miles. I can say that with confidence it would do over 300 miles. That's my experience in a real world setting in the brand new 2020 Tesla Model S long range. Guys, if you like the video, please like the video. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe. Videos 3 times a week at the moment. Hit the bell notification if you do subscribe. If you're thinking about buying a Tesla or solar or anything like that, please use the link in the description. It gets me 1,000 free supercharger miles. It gets you 1,000 free supercharger miles. I do appreciate it. Everyone who has used the referral link so far, as always, the highest of praise to you guys. I really do appreciate you considering using my link for that. It's literally what I'm trying to do on the channel is to help advance people onto EVs. Thanks for watching. As always, you have been wonderful, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.